a very bittersweet ending to finally the Grand Magic Games. I guess you can call this the big little finale, the little sad little twist that we got at the end of this episode of Fairy Tail. This was like pretty much coming up to the conclusions and saying, you know, the whole group's leaving, you know, Fairy Tail's finally out of the Grand Magic Games. And it was just nice just to see like the characters, you know, just talking. They don't have to like be there in the middle of a fight or something, interacting while like seeing like a lot of people like interacting with that, especially as well. I felt like Gray putting a lot more trust into Wendy, actually telling him about the story, which is surprising. Like, never told Wendy about the story about like what happened to him as a child. Actually, it only took up to the Grand Magic Games, like 200 episodes, which is 200 episodes of Fairy Tail. It's fucking incredible that we've finally reached this far, especially with the second season. It's hard to believe that we're already 25 episodes into the series, and I've been loving it. I've been absolutely loving going back into Fairy Tail material, and yo, fucking congrats. We just reached 200 in the manga, and we've reached episode 200 in the anime. That's incredible. So, you know, well done to freaking A1 Pictures, and also as well done to, you know, Hero. This is like, regardless of what people say, it's Fairy Tail. It's amazing content. But also as well, like, they see that Doran Boss wiped away the memories of like the Magic Council, saying, oh, these were illusionary dragons and all that, saying, ooh, like getting in that way, like to like surprisingly covering up for the royal family, saying, you know, oh, this will cause like a big hassle if the royal family's like using like Eclipse since it's counted as a black magic. And he was actually telling the king off, like, you don't fucking do this again, you swear. And it's like, yeah, so like, it was very surprising just to see that, and not to mention as well, Cobra, some very interesting things that he was saying at the end of this episode, saying like he was going to return quietly, and he was like, he was going to get the demon generals and saying, you know, oh, the voices that I heard and all that. And it's like, so definitely it seems like it's built up for a next arc coming out soon, that, you know, Cobra knows something, or something very powerful is on his way, even especially talking about with Jalal and also as well Melody, as they were looking for Ul and still couldn't even find it as they were leaving the town, saying that, you know, there's something you know, a Tartarus is arriving like that. It's like, so it's definitely hinting at this, the last Dark Guild, Tartarus may be in the works somehow about what they're planning to do. So it's going to be very interesting to see where this leads to. I'm definitely waiting to see what's going to happen later on in Fairy Tail, but definitely right now is like one of the sadder moments of when you saw that old lady. Definitely one of the sadder parts in this episode is when we saw that old lady deliver like the letter, and it was from Ultear, and it was given to like Jalal and Melody, and she was saying, you know, I gave up the big sacrifice, I like sacrificed something huge. And we find out a little bit about that later on in this episode, which was very just sad, saying, you know, I'm not coming back and I've fulfilled my goals. And when you see Gray see that old lady and he realizes that that's Ultear there, she gave up all her life. She's like, what, in her mid-20s or something like that, late 20s, and she just gave up her life, pretty much. Not like physically, she sacrificed herself, but she's pretty much given all that time. She's probably never even going to get married, she's never going to have kids. She's like given up a lot of huge moments in life just to protect all those little ones. And like, everyone sort of noticed that, saying like, oh, I mentioned the flashback and all that, and it was really thanks to her that Gray could live on, because look what happened to him. He got shot up, and it's just tragic to see that. And it was like Gray just crying at the end, you know, seeing the old lady, when she was just like there, just nodding her head, no, just no, I just don't, like that. I was just like, a very sad ending to Fairy Tail, actually. I was just like, damn, this is actually like quite a little powerful ending. Like, regardless of what, this episode was really good and all that. I did enjoy the parts there. I think the only bits that let it down was like, there was a lot of in-canon filler, and there was like a lot of jokes and stuff like that, and I felt like if we just kind of covered that material, focused on more of that, like, then I think this episode would be perfect. So personally, I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10, but the arc itself was like, yeah, it's had its ups and downs, but I think really showed that this was a very, you know, good arc, and it just had a very sad ending to it. But that's all from me. I was thanking you very much for watching. Always remember, I'll see you guys next time.